Hey YouTubers, welcome back to the holler. It's Mike again out here with the chickens as usual. These guys never cease to amaze me how big they get in a short period of time. Literal bowling balls. They just come out there for the evening feed, moved their tractors, topped their water off, and fed them again for the second time today. Now usually in the mornings or one feeding a day, I'll top dress their feed with grit. That way they got the grit to help process the feed and stuff like that. And I've actually been finding quite a bit of grit left, so I've been cutting back on the amount that I give them, but they're still getting enough to do what they need to do. The size of that thing. Big old feet and legs, like a daggone bowling ball. So this morning, I know I told you guys that I had no plans of raising any more Cornish cross after this. I was going to keep the select hens that we have to keep them back for breeding purposes, and the rest of them are just getting processed, and that was going to be the last of the Cornish cross, at least for the foreseeable future, because we're going to be breeding out our own crossbreeding program, or starting our own crossbreeding program to see if we can get like the ultimate dual purpose bird. Well, local farmer sent me a message over social media this morning, said, hey, we're so busy with our farm business and our own jobs and everything going on right now. We've got 39 Cornish cross that are 2 weeks old. Would you be interested in them? And I'm like, why not? Twist my arm, you know. They're not hard to raise. They're easy to raise. I mean, honest to goodness, I come out here twice a day. I come out here at 6 o'clock in the morning because I'm an early guy anyway. I come out here, I move them one length forward on their tractor. I feed them, top their feed off, top their water off, and they're done. And until I come back out in the evening. And you know, I move them once a day, I feed them twice a day, I top their water off twice a day. It's not hard. It's really not. The work comes come processing day. So anyways, these guys will go this coming Saturday. So a week from today, we get them processed, or we're going to be processing them actually. So we'll be processing them, of course, keeping back the select hens that we want to keep. And then the Cornish cross that we just got today, they're already 2 weeks old. So that'll be perfect because we can just move them right out here. And because, again, the tractors are out here, the feed's out here, the water's out here, everything's here, we can just move them out here. And what we'll do is we'll pick out the hens that we're going to keep, put them in one tractor, and then we'll take these 39 and split them up, 20 in one, 19 in the other, in the other two tractors, and just keep moving them because everything's here. And then by the time, so they're already 2 weeks, they'll be 3 weeks by next Saturday, roundabout. And then the others, we got 6 days left on the number 4 mystery breed that's in the incubator before they hatch. I think another 13 days before the Delaware Roilers hatch. So if we brood them for 3 to 4 weeks, by the time that they hatch, we brood them 3 or 4 weeks, this next batch should be ready to go. So and then of course I got pigs that we're expecting to farrow in second into the 4th week of July. So July's going to be a busy month, and I still got to get that area cleared out down there where I'm going to put their big farrowing pen and get their farrowing huts put in. So where might you find all this time, you might ask? And I have no idea. But thankfully, pardon me, I'm going over the fence again. Thankfully, I can get it done. I really can. And I got some friends and stuff I can reach out to, and they're going to come and help me anyways. The fence really isn't hard. I just got to clear the one little area out, and then just start driving T-posts and putting the fence up and connecting the fence to it. The big problem is the weather. We haven't had any rain for 3 weeks, and there's no rain projected for at least another week. And now it's been in the mid 90s for the last 3 days, and it's been very, very hot and very, very dry, and this ground is like concrete right now, and that's completely unusual for us this time of year. We're usually warm, humid, and pretty frequent rains, but again, 3 weeks, and I mean, it is terribly dry. And now right now this afternoon, and it was funny because I told my wife, I said, you know, the bad thing about this is, I said, this kind of weather, I said, that'll brew up some pretty bad thunderstorms. And sure enough, as we were coming home with the chicks, the National Weather Service started going off, alerts started going off for, you know, severe thunderstorm warnings everywhere around us, but not for us. And it was you know, 60-mile-an-hour winds, damaging hail, all this other fun stuff. I'm going, well, it is what it is. We're going to have to deal with it. And we've continued to get alerts for everywhere north, east, and west, and a little south of us. And everything seems to be coming back from the East Coast this time. So it's coming from the northeast back west towards us, which is completely opposite of what it normally does. So it's a mess. But anyways, no rain yet. I'm still waiting on it to rain. It did bring the temperature down from 94 to 88, so there is that blessing. And I've been holding off on turning on the central air in the house because I want to acclimate myself a little bit more, and I want to be a little bit more of a cheapskate this year and try not to run my air conditioner or central air as much. But it just, I walked in the house, it was 80 degrees. I said, nope, can't do it. When it gets to be 80 degrees in the house, 78 I can tolerate, 80 degrees, nope, I'm done. So I closed the windows up, turn the fans, or turn the extra fans on, turn the AC on. Because after you come in at 93, 94 degree weather, sweating your butt off, you want to cool off. And when you're walking into a stuffy 80 degree house, no, it ain't gonna happen. So all right, so the next thing is, again, this Saturday, a week from today, we'll be processing the birds. And this time, now we've not done this before, this time we're going to take several of them and we're going to go ahead and cut them up into the choice cuts, what they refer to as. And that is leg quarters, which would be thigh and drumstick. And then we'll do breasts as well. And, you know, there's a lot of folks who say, oh, I don't pluck my birds, you know, I just skin them and it's so much simpler, it's so much easier. Man, I don't want skinless chicken. I don't want boneless chicken for that matter. I mean, boneless breast is okay, but man, you get one of these birds like this, how they're raised, what they eat, skin on, bone in, put that burger on the grill, in the smoker, in the oven, or just sear it in a pan. Oh my God, you're completely removing everything that's good about that bird when you take the skin off. That skin provides more healthy, nutritiously dense fat, all kinds of good amino acids. I mean, you're getting all of the benefits of it. But because you don't want to buy a plucker, you just want to skin them and debone them, come on. Hey man, I'm going to stand firm on that one. Maybe y'all like that, that's up to you, completely up to you, but we are not getting rid of skin here. And our breasts will have, let me rephrase that, social media and all, our chicken breasts will have skin on and rib meat, or ribs intact. So we will keep them completely intact. We will just quarter out the whole bird like, you know, it's supposed to be done, and package it up that way. That way when I pull it out of the freezer and I want to cook it, grill it, smoke it, bake it, whatever, it's got skin on, bones in, and it's a much better product when you're done. Now, usually what I'll do is I'll take one of the birds, the whole birds that we have, and I'll spatchcock it and do it on a grill like that, and it's great. But the birds, after, because we raised them for 9.5 weeks, are so big, we always have a lot left over. And there ain't nothing wrong with leftover chicken. I don't care who you are, ain't nothing wrong with leftover chicken. It's great for everything. But, you know, I prefer dark meat over white meat, but with these birds, I like all of it. It's all good. But my kids are a little bit more picky. My boy will eat chicken legs, drumsticks, and he'll eat chicken nuggets, which, yeah, that's a whole different story. But he likes it fried. He likes like Kentucky Fried Chicken fried. And I'm trying to get more and more away from that kind of stuff for him and get him more into savory versus terrible. So we are going to definitely take several of these birds that we're going to be keeping for ourselves and cutting them up this time, because like I said, usually we just do whole birds. There goes dinner. This is polluted with rabbits. I've never seen, when I was a kid, you couldn't walk out your door without kicking a rabbit. And that's no exaggeration. You could not walk out a door without kicking a rabbit. And all the way up through high school, rabbits everywhere. I mean everywhere. And then all at once, they literally disappeared. I couldn't tell you, it was probably 20 years before I seen a rabbit again. And that's not an exaggeration. Several years ago, all at once, it's like rabbits everywhere. Huge population explosion. You go down my driveway, you got 5 rabbits running down the road in front of you, across the road and everything like that, just across my driveway. You walk out in my yard, I can look in just about in any direction, see 1, 2, 3, 4 rabbits. So they are everywhere. And that surprises me because of the amount of predation that I've had on the guineas. So we had 10 guineas, couldn't get them back in the coop. I'm down to 1 guinea now. And she would not, I couldn't get her to go in the coop, couldn't do anything. I left the one side of the chicken run open and put food in there, and today, of all days, she went in and I locked the door on her. And then I opened up the door between it and the American breast, and now she's cohabitating with the American breast. And hopefully they'll teach her to be more chicken-like in the sense that she'll go inside and roost at night instead of trying to avoid predators all night. This dude is growing. He's starting to get a little bit less skittish. He's letting us scratch him and rub on him a little bit now. So he's a little turd. I like him. But different breed, Berkshire Yorkshire cross. So whole different demeanor than the old spots. The old spots are definitely a lot more docile, a lot more easy to handle. But see, he's now coming over to me. Hi, buddy. What you doing, homie? And he'll let me rub him, but only when he wants me to. He can walk right over here. Here. Hey. You want to sniff? Yeah, you know I'm not going to hurt you. And come here, let me rub you. Let me scratch you. There you go. There you go. Oh, yes. You like it. You know you do. All right. All right. I won't overstimulate you too much. See, you enjoy it too much. I don't know why you're so fussy about it. All right, buddy. Oh, here, you want your back scratched? Scratch that back. Oh, my goodness. Twist the pig in half. All right, buddy. So, definitely a different temperament between the breeds. He's all right, though. He's doing better. Peppa and Coke should be farrowing out, like I said, like the 2nd to the 4th week of July, if our calculations are right. We know Coke, definitely, because we were in the field when that happened, and I stood right there and watched when it happened with Peppa, so I think we're pretty good on our dates. Ain't that right? Hi, Big Pig. Hi, Big Pig. Say hi to everybody on YouTube land. Say hi to everybody. Say hi, everybody. I'm going to be a mommy. I know. Pig don't get no love. All right, so this is the area right here. I got all this old wood pile here and stuff. I just got to get cleared out and finish burning, but it's been way too dry. So the plan is to come off of this corner right here. Of course, now I'll have to get Pee-wee secured up here at this end. And I'm going to take this panel, swing it around, and I'm going to come all the way down through here. Now, nobody get motion sick while I'm walking, showing you the whole preview here. Yes, I'm coming this far with pig panels. Then I'm going to cut right through here, and I'm going to run the panels this way. And I'm going to go down to where I've already got the existing fence, come back up this way, that way, to the corner right there, right here. Now this fence is I'm going to move it on down. I'm going to take this section of it out and down to where the panel is going to cross over. Sorry, making you guys motion sick here. But then I'm going to tie into this corner right here. And that'll give, and then of course once I get the girls down here, their farrowing huts will go right here, because this is about the only level spot right here. And then I'll get Pee-wee secured up there at the other end. I'll fence him off, get the girls moved down here, get them in here, and then get Pee-wee back up there with Boris. Simple, no problem at all. Do it all in the afternoon. No, that is the next priority. Matter of fact, tomorrow I'm going to start cutting that area right there to be able to get in there and get everything set up, get this mess cleaned up, and get ready to start moving them, because we're already first part of June, and I'd like to get them separated now. And once I get them separated, then I can extend this paddock up into the woods, all the way out, down and around, back here to this corner. I'll let Pee-wee and Boris get after it, root, help clear out the underbrush, and once the ladies wean out their piglets, I can move their piglets right into here, keep them in here, get the ladies moved out into the other paddock that we just built not long ago down on the bottom end. See, I told you. I got time all over the place. You got some pig loving for me again? You got some pig loving for me? Good girl, aren't you? So I'm gonna be a good mommy too. I'm gonna have a bunch of little piggies. And there's my boy. Have my little Boris, huh? Don't get jealous, Papa. I already gave you love. I gotta give Boris some love. Hi, buddy. Oh, yes. Good pigs, good animals, man. I'm telling you, you ever have the opportunity to have a place where you can get pigs. And I'll tell you, get old spots, because they're a great animal. Great temperament, just such a good animal. So easy to deal with, so easy to take care of. Right, Coke, of course, is laying in there. She's being lazy. She's the big lazy one. Coke is the laziest of all of them. She really is. All right, so finished out for the day. All the chores are done. All the critters are taken care of. Created a bunch more work for ourselves today, but hey, it is what it is. We're going to do it because it's food security, it's food safety, it's self-reliance, it's self-sufficiency. If everything goes to hell worse than what it already has, then hey, we're safe at least for a while. New tractor showed up. It's new to me. It's a 2010, 342 hours on it. Great tractor. The only thing is it's got like some paint blemishes, because the guy who had it covered it with a tarp and never secured the tarp. So the tarp, every time the wind blew, rubbed on it. And it rubbed the paint off the top of the fenders. Other than that, quick attach bucket, 4-wheel drive, 70/40. I think it's 73 horsepower is what it's rated at, 73, 74 horsepower. So we can get stuff done now. Of course, it is once I get everything else done. And I did order a canopy for it, because I've never had a tractor with a canopy. I'm always getting my bald head cooked. And I said, if I'm going to get the money, if I'm going to save and use the money that I got saved up to buy a tractor, I'm going to get a canopy for it. So the canopy's ordered. So hopefully have it within the next 8 or 10 days, however long it takes. All right, so this is the area where the pigs wintered at this year, and I tilled it up twice because it was just so compacted and everything like that from the pigs wintering in it. If you guys don't know what a broad fork is, these things are fantastic. And I've broad forked this whole area, and what it does is it loosens and lifts the soil without turning it over, so you're not breaking into that anaerobic layer of soil. And this is so dry, I mean, you can see it's so dry, it's terrible. So this is where all the squash and a bunch of other stuff is going to go in here. It's because it's been so hot, we didn't even want to take a chance on trying to plant yet. We've already got it all started. It's all good sprouts about that big. Hopefully we get a little bit of rain here soon, or it cools off a little bit, and we can go ahead and come out here and get it planted. And I'm going to put straw down as mulch and get it good and wet and try to keep it watered and everything. But we're going to run this whole area here. And that'll be food for the piggies and the chickens, and maybe some for us. On a broad fork, that takes the place of a tiller. These are hand tools that take the place of a tiller. You don't have to till. You're going to work. Believe me, you're going to work, especially in this type of soil, or clay, I should say. I shouldn't even call it soil, but it is. It truly is. But you know, you're going to work, but you don't need a tiller. You're not going to turn over that layer. You can lightly till if you want to, but this just kind of lifts and helps aerate without turning it over and exposing the anaerobic soil to air. Man, there are 39 Cornish cross. 2 feeders, 1 big water, and I got a fan going because it is hot, believe me. I'll come out here and turn it off once the sun goes down, but it keeps them cool enough. They're already 2 weeks old. See, they're just starting to get those feathers. So by next weekend, as warm as it is, they'll be fine to go out on pasture. What we want them out on the grass. Even though we're going to be supplementing with the feed, they're out on grass, they're eating grass, they're foraging, they're rooting a little bit, doing what they should be doing, at least to some degree. They're not raised in a concrete environment with a steel building and crowded out. They're raised on grass. All right, so that's it. Day in the life. I create a lot of my own stress, can you not tell? All right, I will let you guys off the hook on this one. We're at 20 minutes. Daggone, that was a long one. Anyways, get and stay prepared, stay free, take care, and God bless y'all.